Hi Aries, welcome to your unexpected reading for February 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to 7 cups of spiritual tea. Love and support to her. Check her out, show her some love. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. Also, this may resonate with yours or your person's moon, rising, or Venus sign. All right, Aries, what is your unexpected? Aries, February, unexpected. Okay. 6 of Wands. Let me move this out of the way. Where's the little guys? There. 6 of Wands. All right. The Chariot. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, King of Swords. All right. Here, let me get the little guys. Oh, we gotta see who we're working with here. Oopsie. King of Cups. So you, Aries, you could be dealing with a Pisces, male or female. It doesn't have to be Pisces, but could be. Could definitely be somebody that values their freedom and fluidity in a situation, if nothing else. This could also be self-love, Aries. Putting yourself first. All right. So this is about you dealing with someone that's wanting to withdraw from a situation. And there being disappointment on both sides. But perhaps things have just ended. There's been some kind of finality to it. So it's final and it's not. There's like this open-ended, like, and yet there's been a change, but it's, yeah. And if you're wondering if you two are on the same page, it very well could be that you're starting to doubt that you are. Okay. I don't know. There's a call to be patient here, but we got the Chariot, so I don't know why that would. Okay, all right. Maybe it's not being patient. Maybe it's, well, okay. Perhaps you're talking to some friends about this. Perhaps you are just thinking. Friends are featured here. Why? Did you just end something and it's like, I just want to be around my tribe right now. I just want to be around my friends. Is that what this is? You're trying to get through something with the help of your friends? Wanting to think about something logically and what makes the most sense versus getting kind of caught up in the emotions of it. Like you're trying to steer clear of getting emotionally drawn down into this. All right, let's see. This is 5 of Pentacles for Aries. This is 5 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Okay. What's this King of Cups for Aries? Ten of Pentacles. This is 5 of Cups for Aries. So here's the thing is, there's been like a separation but it's a for right now separation. Things aren't moving forward. You are, because you're going to be damned if you're going to sit around and wallow, right? That's what's coming here. But you're probably just trying to get ahead of when the low hits. You're probably just trying to stay abreast of everything. This just jumped, the 4 of Cups. What's this 3 of Pentacles? This 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's not over. What's this King of Swords? It's not over. It's just on hold. It's just King of Swords. Why though? Why? Does somebody have to move away? Is somebody else taken off in this direction, so you got to go over here? Like, are you two like going like this, and then all of a sudden you go like this, and you're gonna come back together someday, but not same day? Like what? Okay, King of Swords. This is King of Swords. Because this isn't over. It's just over for right now. So this is you pulling back And I want to say diversifying your attention. This is you not putting all of your eggs in one basket for the month of February. You just had something end, or something didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. And this is about you having to take kind of a breather and a minute. It's almost like calling it, for some of you, calling it quits before it got started, because it's just not going to happen right now. There's not a viable way for things to progress. It's just not working out, but it's not over. This is someone who needs to go do something like school or a job, or something's going to be really occupying their time. And I don't think you're going to wait for them. This is you dating. This is you keeping busy with your people, having a lot of fun. But I think inside you're kind of grieving. And I think it's twofold, because I think this might be, it's like, you know what, this is open-ended. It could very well be that you two meet up in the future, but you're not waiting around for this person. That's the thing. I think they're open to it. I don't think you will be. I think you're kind of like, you know what, if it doesn't work out now, it's not going to. I don't do things like this twice, because it's a lot for me to invest in someone, and I give it my all. And if you can't have it at the time, it's really hard for me to gear up to give it to you again at a time that's more convenient for you. Like, I just, not in the, for the Aries that I'm reading for, it's like I'm not in the habit of doing that. It's not that you're, begrudge them or you're holding a grudge. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but I know that it's like, well, it's your loss if you can't take me up on this. And it's perfectly friendly and civil. I mean, it could be that way, but it's just not going to be there anymore. I don't know if this person knows that, or if you've shared that, but I feel like this is the last time you're going to want to process grief over this person. You know what I mean? You get one. So, and it could very well be that there's no hard feelings here. But it just, I think, it almost feels like you two might be in talks about, all right, let's put everything on hold for now, and we'll come back and this and that, whatever. But I think the unexpected or the reality is that you're not going to want that second time around, because I think your person's going to want to ask for time to think about this, or give me a couple of months. I've got a bunch of stuff on my plate. I got a bunch of stuff to do. And initially you're going to agree, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm just going to keep myself busy. But I think very quickly it's going to be about you going, you know what, I don't want to have to wait. Like, I'm ready and I want this. And it kind of, for you, for the Aries that I'm reading for, it kind of sours things that this person is asking for some time, that they're not where you're at. You just don't want to have to wait. You don't want to have time for that. No judgment or shade. It's just the way it is. So I think the unexpected thing here is that it's like a process. There's an ending. And there's sadness, and you're like, and part of that sadness is that you're not going to be able to give this person a second chance. They don't know that. I don't think you fully know that, but it looks like it's heading that way. And then, whammy number 2, they decide to come back and be like, you know what, I've thought about it, and I don't want to wait. And you're like, I wish you would have told me that 2 weeks ago, or 20 minutes ago. Sorry, I'm putting on lotion. My hands are a little dry. And so they're going to probably come around and be like, you know what, I don't want the separation. I want us to be together while I'm doing the thing. And you're like, yeah, no, that ship has sailed. Because I think it's almost like once that question was raised or set in motion, you're like, you know what, you kind of the Aries I'm reading for, you kind of come around to seeing, oh, I kind of do think this is a good idea, actually. I mean, now that it's set in motion, we can't unring that bell. Like, now that it's on my radar, I feel like, well, shoot, if you were thinking about it, it just shows, it kind of highlights the fragile bond, or like that things really shouldn't be like this right now. You both should be like single and free. So, okay. So, yeah. Anyway. So, I think this is you actually taking this separation and running with it, instead of wanting to be open, to be fluid with this situation. You're like, yeah, no, that's not going to work for me. And your person comes back and says, you know what, I really do. You're like, no, not feeling it anymore. It's this Chariot. There's something about being expendable. That's what it is. It's almost like, okay, there's this understanding and realization that somebody's got to do what they got to do. They might have to go away for 6 weeks for the job, or they might have to do this. But there's something about having to wait and be expendable to where something else is preserved, and it's like, I get it. I just don't want it to be that way. I don't want to be given up on or put on hold. What's this Chariot about? This Chariot about? This Chariot about? Because if you want something, you're like, okay, well, this is happening. Like, I'm not putting something on hold. It has to work with this in my life, or I have to, like, that would, for the Aries that I'm reading for, you would work around the other things, but you would preserve the connection, or you know what I mean? You just would have different priorities, and the fact that you wouldn't be prioritized, you're like, oh, this is not the situation for me then, because I don't want to be, on the third or fourth rung down here. We move as a unit. We move as a herd. We don't just kind of do like this, So we got Judgment, and we've got the Chariot. So this is a decision about moving forward, or a decision about you doing what you want with your own self, your own life, after having reviewed the facts. Perhaps this is literally someone coming back in and going, hey, what about that second chance? And you're sitting here thinking, are we on the same page? Is it worth it? And it probably falls flat. And it does show friendship here, though. Honestly, it does show them wanting it after thinking that you two are like, okay, and you process the grief and you're kind of moving through it, and you're like, what, I just started grieving. It feels weird to, not that you want to grieve, but it feels weird to shut that off, because there's more to this grief than just us separating. It's a fact that you were willing to preserve that and let me go. I'm not explaining it well, but it's like this realization comes over you, and you're just like, oh, this definitely puts things into perspective for me. And I'm much more suited to be by myself and among my tribe and out and about with friends and doing what I want and dating and doing whatever you want. But no, I don't like this half-waysies type stuff. Okay. I have said that 4 different ways, so I hope it makes sense. But I think it feels like the unexpected is in the midst of this grief or letting go and processing this. Your person actually has a change of heart, and you're the one that's just like, I don't think so. This jumped. 6 of Pentacles. Someone wanting to do the right thing, someone wanting to make it up, someone wanting to come back and go, oh, I've had a change of heart. Unexpectedly, you're like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think we're good. I think we've run through our cycle here. For the Aries that I'm reading for, you're going to find that staying unattached suits you, actually. Because this wasn't the easiest of relationships either. It had its, it was just a lot of work. Not in a bad way. It was just, there was always kind of catch as catch can to it. It wasn't steady and constant. It was, yeah. Oopsie, what else for Aries? King of Cups reversed, that jumped. Yeah, so somebody wanting things on their terms, maybe being emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable. There's a lot more of this 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups than there was happiness and joy and moving together. I mean, this relationship was fraught, if you will, fraught with fraughty stuff. What else for Aries? So I don't think that, I could see why it doesn't suit you to have to be patient or to wait. And I think this is about you honestly honoring yourself and being like, yeah, I get that you want to come back and you have this change of heart, but I'm not there anymore. So wish you would have said that 2 years ago, or, when it would have meant something more than just, okay, my schedule's clear for the next 6 weeks. How about you and I? And the thing is, it used to, how many times do I want to say that? I don't think you saw it like this before. I think this is in realization, like you disconnect from this person and then you have some time to think, and then you realize, you know what, I never was the priority that I wanted to be. Like I want someone to be in my life. I was never that. So I think this is actually a blessing in disguise. It's a good thing. Then your person comes back around and you're like, I actually think this kind of suits me right now. I think I'd rather me and my tribe, and off we go. And I'm doing my own thing, and I'm thinking about stuff, and I'm putting myself out there. I'm getting back in the game. I'm socially active again. I'm doing all the things again. Internally, you might be processing some grief and there's sadness. It's bittersweet, but I think it's preferred rather than kind of going through this roller coaster with this person. So baby steps here. Page of Pentacles. What else for Aries? What's for Aries? Be playful. Yes. I like it. Yes, lighten the load this month for February. This is about you getting back out there, doing the things with your friends, your tribe, looking at this situation realistically, detaching emotionally from it, and just seeing it for what it is, having that very clear perspective, and realizing you want more and you're worth more, and doing for you for the month of February. Because this is not waiting around for anybody anymore. And especially since it was like, oh, okay, this lightened up, now I can make time for you. If that's not where you're at, that can sting, you know what I mean? That you're just not wanting to be made a third or fourth priority. You're wanting to move as a unit with someone. What else for Aries? Okay, I just want to mention this too because it's kind of fluent. But the thing is too is that you're not, there's a shift from you kind of giving the sort of the trajectory or the progression of events over to someone else and them being like, oh, I just don't see how it can work this month, or oh, you know, I don't see how we can do this or that or whatever, and you being like, oh, okay, and just kind of accepting that and allowing it, versus them saying, you know, I just don't think it's going to work, and you're like, okay, yeah, thanks, and then you go off and do your own thing, and then they're like, oh, you know what, guess what, I do want you back, or I have thought about this, and you're like, yeah, that train sailed, or the train's left the station, or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's a shift from you kind of letting someone else to decide the trajectory of your relationship, and you realizing, no, that does not suit. And then you, when they say that, it's almost like you're not even offended. You're like, wow, that used to really affect me, but now it's like, I don't want to wait for you. No, it's just, yeah. That's for Aries. All right. Four of Pentacles reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So controlling. Well, to be fair, it used to be okay. That was the norm before. So this person's just going by how it always was. But this is somebody that's just kind of used to having control, and everything was kind of about them or in service of them. They're very used to that, because I think there was this sort of type of relationship where they decided everything for the both of you, and they set the tone and the pace, and it was there, and you were kind of always on the receiving end, or the waiting, or being told how it was going to work and what you were going to do, and it just doesn't suit you anymore. Don't begrudge the time wasted here. Don't beat yourself up for letting someone take advantage of you, or all these things. It served its purpose, and now it doesn't anymore. It's not who you are. This is you kind of having a load lifted and getting back out there and being social and playful and uplifted and enjoying your independence again. Not being weighed down by a relationship that you kind of had to be in service of or work for. No more. Oh, I didn't even go through the things. Okay, Sagittarius, this could be Gemini. This could be Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, Pisces, Cancerian. Sagittarius, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay. All right, Aries. So February is all about you lightening your emotional load, kind of moving through the grief, and then you're getting out there and getting after it and having some fun. And it feels very light and active for you this month. But you just don't want to be 4th or 5th or 6th on down the line. But at the same time, it feels like you're moving through the grief, like you're processing it, but you're getting out there and you're having fun. You're not letting this weigh you down anymore. You're not letting this kind of be this weight on you. All right. I hope this was helpful, Aries. happy February to you. Love and support. You keep your head up. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.